for magazines.
I would start that pitch with, what's his name?
John Daniel.
With John Daniel being sold to the circus. Okay. Because you can get everything else, you know, again, you can bring that up and then, because that's more arresting than, because right away there's, wait, something's amiss here, right? Which otherwise we don't learn until we learn he's a gorilla.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's a, yeah. Good insight. That's tough. Well, it's sort of like a condensed, right? It's like a biography of this monkey. I guess, yeah, for trying to place that in some kind of magazine, I would try to figure out some, I don't know if there's any way to bring it into the present. Yeah. Yeah.
History, as you probably know, is very hard. I like the history stuff, but it's hard.
Unless you can tie it to some kind of current thing, like if there's some kind of issues yeah, the sort of humanizing of it. Yeah.
I mean, if there's a modern day equivalent, you know, maybe there's a two-layer story that lets you tell that one.
Yeah, I mean, there's often a lot of attention around the time that the circus in New York, you know, they walk them through one of the tunnels, Queensbridge Tunnel, whatever.
Yeah, right.
There's a lot of attention about how those animals are treated. And I wonder if just as a kind of like assignment to get you as the guy who writes about this, you know, out there, you could pitch around that time as like, here's what happened to an animal. And it's a local story, it's a nice New York thing, because it's American Museum of Natural History. You're not going to tell that whole story in there, but you're going to get some people interested.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess there was some element of like by the time you got to the end, I sort of felt like I knew the whole story and I didn't need to read anymore. So I would either figure out. If, I mean, you're going to want to know: is there more to like? Is that the story? Is this a news story, like a short thing, or is there actually a narrative there that you're going to tell? And if there is, I would pull back some of the information and tease at some of it because I really just felt like, oh yeah, I just got the story.
Like
cool.
How
All right,
I know
he
this. You know, how he ended up there is the story. You know. I'm overstating that, but like leave me a little bit wanting more rather than like, oops, I just see what happens.
Right. Like when you get the the movie trailers where you sort of guess what's going to happen, you don't really feel it.
This is one more thing I would add about pitching. It's very discouraging to pitch stories. And even, I don't know what your batting average is, but I get more turned down now than, you know, I get told no by better places. But and the places I used to struggle, you know, it's easier for me now. But I still get turned down more than I get accepted. And you need to know when you send a pitch out, the day you send it out, the moment you send it out, decide and write down where it's going when the rejection comes. And the moment you get the rejection, retitle it. Twist it a little bit, you know, recast it, having thought how you recast it for Smithsonian instead of natural history.
And please make sure we read that letter, because when I get seriously, when I get letters that say, like, I really want to write this for you at X when I actually work at Y. Like,
happens all the time.
Don't give me a reason to say that.
Yeah, but be ready and put on your, you know, forget the writer in you. You're the salesperson now, and get that sucker out the same day. At the same day, and keep it going, and then have another one ready for natural history. Just keep pounding. You know, successful writers, it's been said, it's true. They're the ones who don't give up, and that's, you know, a huge.
Yeah, no, it is absolutely, and I think, you know, and if you have a pitch that you send out to, you know, 5, 6 different magazines and they all turn it down. All right, look at the pitch again. Maybe, you know, see if you really want to tell that story. Maybe reach out to some writers who you know and say, okay, what am I missing here? What's not working about this? Because something's not working. But 1, 2, 3 rejections doesn't mean there's, you know, 4 even doesn't mean there's anything wrong with your story. So yeah, getting a sort of thick skin and just getting ready to get some no's.
Have you guys put stories in your hip pocket for a while and then trotted them out again a few years later? That's happened to me a lot.
Yeah, things come around in cycles. So yeah.
It happens geographically all the time.
Yeah.
Just one question before we get out of here. With books that don't really have a narrative, and I'll give you a couple of examples, like The Ascent of Science by Brian Silver, and there's others, many others. A lot of those go to academic presses, you know, like Cambridge or Oxford or something like that. But not all of them. I mean, James Tringfield writes some How do you go about approaching a pitch or something like that?
For a book?
Yeah.
I think an important part of a book pitch is finding an agent who is good at pitching. And an agent who will push you and be ready to be pushed and work with this person. Because an agent is good at pitching, and the written proposal is just part of it. It's a part of a whole sales job. You're going to go, you're going to meet with the editors, and you are going to convey your excitement. You're going to make them excited, and you're going to make them trust you. They're going to make, because I mean, it's been said a million times. When you're selling a book, you sell a book and an author. They want an author who people can, who will engage people with the idea. And they're thinking about this, and you can think it's unfair, it should be just about the book. It's fine. If you want to write a book and have 3,000 people read it, and that's going to make you happy, do it. It can, and truly, if that's okay with you, then forget all the rest and just do that. But if that's not going to satisfy you, if you wish 300,000 people have read your book instead of 3, then recognize what it takes to make that happen and be willing to